How does our family's communication style influence our feelings on protest? Every family has their own unique communicative patterns and behaviors, but we can determine their overall communicative style by two variables: their conversation orientation and their conformity orientation. Conversation orientation is the degree to which families create an environment of free interaction and open participation. And conformity orientation is the value placed on everyone having the same attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. This is part 2. Consensual families. These families are high in both conversation orientation and conformity orientation. Consensual families welcome input and discussion on important topics, but ultimately it is the parents or whoever is in power that has the final say. So dissent exists, but really the main thing is unity of opinion. And this is the key word in consensual families: unity. In a lot of ways, this is the American ideal in a nutshell, the consensual family. Everyone, all members, are given time. Their input and participation is encouraged. But conflict, be it inevitable or not, makes everyone uncomfortable because it threatens the unity of the family. So ultimately, those in power have to enforce the unity. How our family's communication style influences our perception of protest, part 3. Pluralistic families are high in conversation and low in conformity. Pluralistic families are all about discussion. These are the families where everyone's participation is invited, and not only is it invited, it's listened to. The decisions that a family makes based on its attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors comes from the participation of everyone. So the key word in a pluralistic family comes from the Latin pluribus, whatever it is, and that means everyone. A pluralistic family influences the way we view protest because we listen to each other in a pluralistic family. We listen to the plurality. We listen to people when they petition the government for a redress of grievances. E pluribus unum. We are formed from the many. These families are low in conversation and low in conformity. Individuality. Certainly in these types of families, the parents want the children to be independent and strong decision makers and everything, but that comes at the expense of the actual relationship. It's often kind of a, I trust you to do what you want to do, but leave me alone. These types of families have conflict resolution styles that tend toward complete avoidance because you can't be bothered, or full-on competition, zero-sum, because what if you lose, so what? So when it comes to protest, either you avoid it or you are in to win. Part 5. Low in conversation, but high in conformity. Because these families don't work on discussing problems, conflict resolution is basically non-existent. It is, you adhere to the norms or you are out of the family. These are families where the strict maintenance of norms is the primary concern, and obedience is not only encouraged, it's enforced. These type of families do not encourage protest in the slightest. In fact, the opposite is encouraged. This is the type of family where you hear things like, don't rock the boat, don't make waves, keep your nose to the grindstone and your shoulder to the wheel, all these things that tell you to grin and bear it, tell you to don't protest. Just keep doing what you're doing, even if it is at the expense of your health, safety, mental condition. So protest for these types of families is highly, highly discouraged, and people often view protest as a highly negative thing when they come from this type of family. Or they revolt against it and embrace protest because they never had the opportunity to in their family.